Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the California Golden Bears, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Tennessee Volunteers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Golden Bears will put total leather to crank us up. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Looking for space. It's straight. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. The give to the tailback. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Volunteers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Now he's going to break the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds the tight end. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him working away, nice job being on the same page and getting the first down.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. He'll set up to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on fourth down. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Just a little off. Incomplete. Let's take a minute and talk about Cal. They climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next one?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
Looking downfield, it's Hardy. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Escapes the sack. And the Golden Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to fire. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And we've called his name a lot, and that's interception number 6. That's 6. He just continues to find ways to find the football and make plays for this defense.
So here is the Tennessee offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the Vols with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Off the RPO, complete. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13.
Let's go! Let's go!
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Going for 6. Touchdown, Tennessee! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
They've been talking about this one all week inside the MAC, guys. Let's give you a quick recap of how it went down. Florida took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Gainesville. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. A busy day in the MAC. And an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Hardy. Rush is on him. It's complete on the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's a great job working through his progression. The first guy he wanted to throw to wasn't open. He was able to kind of get through it. And lo and behold, there's a guy wide open. Nobody near him. It's a big play for the offense.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And I think early in the football game, man, you're figuring out the wind. I think he kind of underestimated that a little bit. Like, throws that football, the wind knocks it down a little bit. The defense takes advantage with some early momentum on that interception.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That effort to get it out across the 20. They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's got an open man. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Vols trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets open down the middle. Oh, he's got some space. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's the handoff. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Volunteers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll keep it on the ground. Runs through the tackle. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Quick release by the QB. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
They've been getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
And the Vols with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Rides to back on the option to give. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown ball!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Dropping back, it's Hardy. He's got it. Tackled there by the defense.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
The Golden Bears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to swing it on second down. Right on the money. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. He makes the grab. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
And the Golden Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to throw, it's Hardy. Dances away. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Neyland Stadium, alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Volunteers! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Sort of steady the ship. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
The Golden Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Flips it out on the screen. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Pressure coming. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Golden Bears will call on their punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Leaves it with the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14.
Let's go.
They'll move the wide receiver. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and long.
Set, ready.
He wants to change this route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Floating away. There he goes. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him to get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it.
Trick 9B.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a cheap shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, Tennessee! Fit it in the window for the score.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Volunteers will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Gets it back back the sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried?
It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the California Golden Bears, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Tennessee Volunteers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Golden Bears will put total leather and we'll get started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And what is this? They're setting up the punt on first down. Takes it on the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to pass, it's Hardy. Quickly to the tight end. Turning it on. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play has this offense in business.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hauls it in. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Golden Bears want to pick up the tempo. All right, guys, let's talk a second about Cal. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of them. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards and Nealon on 3rd down. Off the play fake. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after. They've got multiple guys that can be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Unleashes one. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
So here is the Tennessee offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Powers through the defender. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high.
There he goes! Running inside the 20. Touchdown ball! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. But stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Back to throw, it's Hardy. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got his man downfield. Got it out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on second and long. Pulls it and fires to the left. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw.
Touchdown, Golden Bears! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Jukes his way for more. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. He's now up to 77 yards, rushing in this one and closing in on 1,800 yards for the season. They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. Right back to the well. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get...
Oh, he's got some space. Just keeps moving. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Volunteer. He shed tackles right and left and housed it. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, boys. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Kansas is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Big J isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by a field goal over Purdue. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Got him downfield. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. Snags a quick pass on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. And they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Back to pass, it's Hardy. Using the quick game. And they're able to make the tackle.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Good. Understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. On the run, it's straight. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. Running behind that left side. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get out.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tennessee. He's into his happy place, the end zone, and he's been very, very happy because he's been there regularly in the first half.
And most people are happy with several touchdowns in a season, but you just feed him and he keeps getting in the end zone, keeps piling up touchdowns. Those stats are just climbing up and up and up. Thank your offensive line. Take him out to dinner.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?